All right, I've been requested to teach a little session on plotting in Excel. So we're going to take the data from the data table 2 of the simple harmonic motion graph. Some of you already turned in the homework, the assignment, and that's great. But I'll have a little session on plotting. Now, if you recall, we had 50-gram increments in our the masses that we suspended. So we had 50 through 300, and I've got here the displacements that we measured. Now I've added another column of force where it's just the 9.8 times this value here, and this is going to be my X column, and this is going to be my Y column here. And so you want them in that order: the X on the left hand and the Y on the right hand. So let's just highlight that, and we're going to come over here and insert a plot. And I like using this XY plot, and we're just going to use the dots. We don't have to fill it in with lines. And there's our plot right there. There's our plot. So it's good to title these. Believe me, if you come back to this and a few months later and there's no labels, you can forget what it's about, especially if you just have a printout. So you want to label it. You want to put spring elongation versus let's reverse that. It's applied force versus spring elongation, because the versus is in the X. And let's apply a axis title. So the primary horizontal is displacement, and it's in meters. And let's add a vertical, and it's applied force, and that's in newtons. And now we have a nicely labeled graph. So now I'm going to click on the data, and you can see it highlights all the different dots, and we're going to do a right click and add trend line. You see that right there? We add the trend line, and it's going to be linear. We want a linear trend line, and we're going to display the equation on the chart. There's the equation, and we can close that off so we can see the I don't know why it messed up the graph there, but let's move. Let's see, where is the location? Well, it doesn't matter. We'll just make that a little bit bigger. And so the slope, y equals 5.0134, that is our, the slope in this particular case is the spring constant. So you can read it right off of the slope there. Now that doesn't always apply. When you get to the data table 3, you have to do some manipulation. If you recall, you have to put the slope into a formula. But that's basically how you do a graph and how you get the slope from a line. And we'll stop here. Let's see.